Okay, guys, welcome back to our kitchen, slash dining room. We are excited to share with you, we're growing something for the first time that we've never grown before, but kind of been interested in.
I think there was a couple months ago when some of those trees were down in our backyard. We were cutting them, and I mentioned, I'd really like to grow mushrooms someday. There's a gentleman by the name of Mike who I met, 2 years ago at the Pratt Family Homestead Hootenanny. He lives down in Ohio. He came up for the event, and he runs a grow your own mushroom kit website, mushroomman.com. And he was like, hey, do you remember me? I want to send you some stuff. So he sent us some plugs that we can grow out in the forest and a couple kits that we can just grow our own mushrooms indoors.
And I don't know how much you talk to this Mike guy, that he knows us well enough to know that mushrooms are not a staple of our diet at all. Like, we both would think we would like to enjoy them. I've had a bad reaction to mushrooms in the past, and you just have history with them. So we're so excited about these two varieties, lion's mane and a pink oyster, because of what they taste like.
Yeah, so we didn't ask him to really send us anything. He said basically, I'm going to send you some plugs. But he also sent these kits, and so we didn't request anything specifically, and I don't really know a lot about either one of these types of mushrooms. So we started doing some research and learning about them. The pink oyster mushroom, if you fry it up in a pan with some salt,
supposedly it tastes like bacon.
Yeah.
I'm like,
how cool
perfect.
Is that? So this is kind of what the package looks like. When you get it, when the shipment comes in, you need to wait 2 to 3 weeks and just let this thing sit. The other one, lion's mane mushroom, apparently it shreds apart into little pieces that look just like crab meat and taste just like crab meat.
Yeah, but I guess you can cook it like steaks. You can cook it like, both of these things are very versatile. Both have a meaty flavor. We're big meat eaters, and we like our mock recipes. So I think it's going to be a perfect experiment for us.
Yep. And Mike on his website has multiple videos, step by step on how to once you let this thing sit, what you need to do to get the mushroom to actually grow. There's some slits that you need to cut in it. One of them that has like a little plastic bag that goes over it to keep the humidity level high.
The watering requirements.
You keep your hands clean and sanitized. We're not going to try to duplicate Mike's work here. Right. Mike is the expert.
And we'll screw up something.
Undoubtedly. Yeah. He does offer really good support, though. He's like, take pictures of it, send it to me. I'll tell you whether or not it's ready to go. And so tonight we're going to go through and we're going to get these guys prepped, put them on their plates, start the process of humidifying things and getting moisture into the ones that require moisture. And then we'll take you guys along for the rest of the journey.
And what is the end-to-end process time? 7 to 21 days, something like that? Yeah,
something like that. And basically what's going to happen is a big mushroom is going to grow out the side of this thing. You can then harvest that, eat it, and then another mushroom can grow.
Nice.
Potentially up to 3 or 4 different harvests off of one of these little blocks.
So I'm excited to be able to bring you guys some cooking videos with these, because I think that would prove their value to you and Mike and his business, to be able to say, well, okay, you grew mushrooms, but is it worth it? I mean, how many meals can you make out of this? And I know specifically the lion's mane has a ton of health benefits for you. It's good for your mental state and anxiety and your nervous system. So maybe I'll feed those to you on your anxious days.
Thank you. it's been about 48 hours. The pink oyster mushroom is starting to get a little bit of color change where the X is, so that's kind of cool. And the lion's mane mushroom, I don't really see much going on under the little tent there. It's just a little humidity tent to keep it moist inside there. But we will keep this journey going and keep filming as we go and keep you guys updated on how things are going. So we're up to day 4. Lion's mane, not much going on yet. Humidity's nice in the little tent. There's a little cluster of white right in here you can kind of see. So I think it's doing its thing. I think this one just takes a little bit longer. Pink oyster mushroom, absolutely exploding. Some of these things are maybe 1.5 inches already sticking out of the package. It's coming along great. You can see on the bottom starting to sprout out down here too. Absolutely amazing. Look at this thing. You guys see that? Today is day 6. And the last, gosh, what, 3 days? Yeah, probably the last 3 days, literally doubling in size. It's gotten huge. Tomorrow might be harvest day already. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Mike and find out. I think you want to harvest once the tips, the ends start to turn brown, because then it's kind of like starting to go bad, and that's when you want to pull it in. But yeah, either tomorrow or the next day we're gonna harvest this guy and see what it tastes like. And the lion's mane is finally starting to bust out of its, lifting the little plastic lips for it just to give it some space. Make sure it's not like restricting it all. But this one's finally starting to come along too. It's day 6 on the lion's mane. So it's been 7 days now. And our lion's mane mushroom is finally starting to show a lot of signs of growth. You can see there. And now, you see how like there's a big pattern? I ended up cutting a really big X on this one, and I wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be a small like 1-inch X. But Mike said it should be okay. You can always, if you cut your hole wrong, you can always tape it back up. But this bad boy, pink oyster mushroom, 7 days. And I checked in with Mike today to say, hey, check this out. Is this ready to harvest? And he said, absolutely, that's perfect. That is a beautiful mushroom. So,
fun. I want to get it from underneath.
So tonight we're gonna harvest this. We're gonna basically pluck it off the front of the block, put it in a plastic bag, not tightly, just loosely, and stick it in the fridge. Tomorrow we'll pull some of these petals off. We'll fry them up in some butter, and we'll see if it really does taste like bacon. The lion's mane, this guy's got at least another week or so before that one's done. So I don't know if we're gonna go through the whole taste test process as part of this video. We'll probably do that separate, and we'll make up some lion's mane crab cakes and try that out. So let's try to pluck this thing off of here and see how this goes. Supposed to be able to just grab it and kind of rip it off. I feel like I'm damaging it.
Ooh, it's so beautiful.
If you get some of the substrate, the stuff that's inside of here on here, you can just pluck this part off. We'll deal with that later. We'll pluck this one off. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful mushrooms. So these will go in the fridge, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. So there's been a couple days. We have delayed a little bit in our cooking process. And turn this down a little bit. So all I have here is a little stainless steel, carbon steel pan. Some of our pink oyster mushrooms and some butter. Once they get cooking a little bit more, we're going to add some salt. And then we'll bring Rachel in too, and we'll taste them and see if they really do taste like bacon. You think they're fine?
Yeah. Nice, crispy, crunchy.
You're going first?
Mm-hmm. It's hot.
It's really hot. So I did ask guys, oh jeez. I did ask Mike, can you eat pink oyster mushrooms raw? And he said, while you can, they won't hurt you. They have a nasty aftertaste, so always cook them. He said he likes to cook them in...
Wait, listen.
Yeah, it's crunchy. He likes to cook them in butter with salt and garlic. Put them on top of a nice big juicy steak. But does it taste like bacon?
I don't know that I would say it exactly tastes like bacon, but it definitely doesn't taste like a mushroom.
Maybe the crispiness on the edge reminds me of bacon.
Yeah.
No,
And the
it kind of
saltiness.
does.
You think so?
Yeah, once you chew it all up and it's like a little glob in your mouth.
I don't know. You have to try it. That was a really fun thing to do, though.
Yeah, and it was fast. This one was done in 6 days? Seven days?
7 days. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I'll have to look back at my footage, but the yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Do you still don't taste bacon? I do.
I think I did on that last one. I think it's the more crispier that they are. Like the one that I ate was kind of still chewy in the middle. But I could eat a whole plate of these, I think.
We have a lot still. So we still have a lot left in that bag, and if we have steak this weekend, we'll cook up some more. But what I may do with what we have is put it in our dehydrator and dry them, and then we'll put them in the mason jar and we'll just store them. And then when we need them, we can rehydrate them and cook them. I've been misting with my water bottle, like the substrate that this grew on, to try to get another one to grow. But the lion's mane that we also started at the same time is not ready yet.
Nope.
But we're going to end this video here.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a second video when the lion's mane is ready, and we're going to make crab cakes out of it.
I'm excited about that.
So this was kind of cool. It was kind of exciting for me because you're the one that's always growing stuff.
Right. I thought of
everything that I grow is like trees, which are boring and they like take forever.
Not boring, but I thought of you when I saw him in here squirting his mushroom logs, and I was like, now you know what it feels like.
No.
You got to take care of them babies.
I grew something.
Yeah.
But they we will leave a link to Mike's shop, mushroomman.com, down in the description below. And also, he sells these on Amazon as well. So we'll leave some Amazon links to these as well if you want to check them out. It's really good.
You guys were watching. I wasn't, but I think I ate like 60% or no, 90% of them while he was talking.
I think you did while I was talking. That was fun though.
Yeah.
And the lion's mane, since we've been out without power for the last 2 days, didn't have air conditioning, that one's starting to grow like crazy now. So
yeah, it
shouldn't take
warm humidity in here.
That's the one that has the little tent over the top.
Yeah. Hopefully that was fun for you guys. Gives you an idea of how you can grow mushrooms in your house. I wonder how well they would do during the winter.
I was looking through his website, and there's certain things he won't even ship in the winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like October through February, or I don't know. You have to check his
So
website.
now
but-
that's good to know, right? So if you want to do this, do it right now while it's still warm in your homes, and you can get, you know, your multiple harvests out of the log before winter comes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks again, Mike. This was fun.
So fun. I had no idea.
Here, you can have it.
No.
I know you want more because I'll just eat it all.
Oh my goodness. I hope you guys could hear that crunch. That was good.
See you guys later.
Bye.
That was really good.
So good. No, I'm freaking
You know
out. But I'm freaking out like I'm going to freak out. Like,
You know what this means?
what?
We like mushrooms now.
Yeah. And they're not just the boring button top things, you know, that
Yeah.
they're so spongy. These aren't spongy at all.
That was really good.
Yeah.